The following film is an example of a home safety visit carried out in partnership with the Scottish Fire and Rescue Service and Fife Council's Safer Communities team.
Morning, Mrs. Watson.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Lynn from Fife Council's Safer Communities team, and this is Graham from the Fire Service.
Right.
We're here to do your home safety visit,
Yeah.
if that's okay.
Come on.
Thank you. Thank you. So, hello, Mrs. Watson. I'm Lynn from Fife Council's Safer Communities team. I'm a home safety advisor. And this is Graham, he's from the Fire Service. So we've had a referral from your occupational therapist to do a home safety visit for you. So what we're going to do is just have a check round the house, if that's okay with you.
Yes,
see if we can look at any risks and if we can reduce those and give you some advice on that. Is it possible just to start in this room then while we're here? Would that be okay?
Right, that's great. What we're looking for, Mrs. Watson, is just maybe look at your sockets, see if there's, how many plugs are plugged into each one, see if any are overloaded, and give you some advice how to remedy that. Okay, so is that an extension lead behind your television I'm looking at? Do you mind if I have a wee look and we'll see if it's okay?
So how would you normally go about switching that on then, Mrs.
I'll
Watson?
just switch it on for the plug.
That's fine. You're not overloaded at all there, that's all quite safe. Okay, and obviously you've got easy access to that there. One other thing regarding your fire, Mrs. Watson, I noticed you've got a magazine rack down here with newspapers in it, which is great. Obviously it's there for convenience, but it's quite close to your fire. If you just maybe put that around the side of the chair, just there will be a lot of radiated heat from that, so it's something just to bear in mind. Also the fire, is it regularly serviced?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. Other than that, I think you're okay in here.
I've actually noticed as well, Mrs. Watson, you've got a rug down here. Obviously that is creating a tripping hazard for you, and I notice it's actually just beside your chair at the moment. So what we'd recommend with that is either if we can just roll that up and maybe put that out the way for the time being, or else make sure it's secured to the floor underneath it so it's not going to come away if you get up and try and walk over it.
The living room's an area that we would spend a lot of our time in. We want to think about how the person manages up from their chair, thinking about the height of the chair, thinking about how they get up if they need to use a walking aid, if they need to use the arms of the chair to stand up. We want to think about if they're dizzy or lightheaded when they're moving around. We also want to consider, are the things that they use often in easy reach? Their fire, can they access their fire okay, or can they put sockets off for going to bed at night? We want to think about how they would summon help. Do they use their pendant alarm, or is it a pull cord that they've got that would come to the floor, or would it be their telephone? Or chat to them about how would they get up from the floor if they had a fall.
Okay. Is it all right if we have a check through in the kitchen?
All right, okay.
Kitchen.
Aye. Brilliant. Couple of wee issues, might just jump out in there. Probably easy sorted. You've got quite a few sockets in your kitchen. It's just that I noticed you've got an extension lead here. It's running along the back of your cooker too. Obviously this could get very hot, and over time this could deteriorate, or worse, it could get rid of that. Okay, causing you quite a lot of problems. And then also you've got these plugged in. There's a toaster and a kettle. These use quite a lot of energy.
Yeah.
So you're overloading your socket quite badly. I reckon we could sort this though. You've got enough sockets. Is it okay if we just shuffle the things a bit? We'll take them off. Is it okay if we get your toaster over that side?
Yeah.
Is that okay? Your kettle, can you go there? What's plugged in here, Mummy? What is this?
That's freezer.
Your freezer, and obviously that's got to remain plugged in. Let's see how you rummage a bit. There's actually a wee socket down there we could use for your freezer. If I stick that in there, and then that's it the road, you'll never have to worry about that. Kettle in there, and your extension lead you can use elsewhere now, and that's your kitchen a lot safer. It's a lot less cluttered as well, eh?
That's fine.
Great, that's your nice and safe. Perfect.
Right.
I know it's easier to actually leave things plugged into the adapter and then you don't have to keep pulling them in and out, but actually I've got something which could probably help you. These are plug pullers and they're really easy to fit. I'll show you. It just fits over the plug like so, and this will make it a lot easier for you to pull them in and out. So it just fits and then into the socket, and then you can easily use that to put it in and out, which should be a lot easier for you. So is it okay if we have a look upstairs?
Just one last thing before we move on, Margaret. I noticed you've got detectors at the bottom of your stair and top, which is great. We can give you a heat detector for your kitchen. Beauty of the heat detector is it doesn't go off with smoke, obviously, because you have smoke in your kitchen. It does detect a rapid rise in heat. So if you have your doors closed at night, as we spoke about, if anything were to happen in here, obviously there's a tiny bit of smoke will get through, but that'll take vital seconds for that to happen. You're instantly going to hear it. Okay, and that's when you get yourself here. But we'll do that for you before we leave today. Okay.
The kitchen is a common place for people over the age of 65 to fall. Consider how the person interacts within their own kitchen. Can they reach items in the kitchen that are used most regularly without climbing, bending, overreaching or causing them to be unsteady? Think about, for example, when they're making a cup of tea or coffee, is their kettle and their coffee or tea within easy reach of their milk and their cups? Also think about how they would be able to carry that item from one room to the other. Consider if the person has any pets and if they have any dog food or cat litter tray in their kitchen. This may cause a trip hazard.
Okay, Margaret, I noticed that you've got some things on the bottom of the stairs there, so just make sure that you do exactly like this is perfect. So you can just, you've left it clear, you're not going to trip over anything at the bottom. I notice you've got your handrails as well, which are excellent for walking up.
Two different ones.
It doesn't matter as long as you're holding on to them, and make sure it's well lit as well so you can see exactly where you're going.
Be aware of patterned carpets, as if someone has a visual impairment, this can affect their judgment when they're walking up or down the stairs. Consider if they use the handrails on their stairs and if they're able to get up both their indoor and outdoor stairs easily and safely. We want to consider where they're walking on the stairs and ensure that they use the widest part of the stair at all times.
So this is the bedroom, Margaret. Okay, and where are your sockets about then?
There.
Down here. Right, okay.
See this socket here, Margaret?
Yeah.
Slightly different style than the one you were using downstairs. It's got like a wee cube adapter there. You can still buy these, right, but the fire service recommends you use this kind here. A couple of reasons for that is that if there's any problem with any of the plugs, it's all sitting there at the socket, and obviously there's a wee bit of weight on that. Could pull it a wee bit. It's a wee bit of stress on the socket too. So while I'm here, I'll just whip these out and stick that new one in.
That's fine.
The beauty of these as well, Margaret, is instead of you having to reach down and try and look for the switch or try and plug it in here, if you need to plug anything else in, you can just have that sitting here on the bedside table. And you can plug other things in if you want. There's also, you can have it screwed to the wall as well if you want, but it's quite hard there and it's easier accessible. That's you. You put that with your collection.
So, Mrs. Watson, while we're up here and we've talked about your electrical socket there, I'm just wondering if you've got an electric blanket on the bed at all?
No.
If you did decide to get an electric blanket, it's just a word of warning, it's just to make sure you're not overloading the socket by plugging it in there, and we would also recommend that you get that serviced on a regular basis as well if you do decide to get one. So I'm just looking at your curtains there. Do you shut the curtains at night at all?
Just the blinds.
The blinds. Just a word of caution again that if you are going to shut the curtains, it's better just to make sure you've got a clear path there so you can get to and fro without any problems at all. If you are getting up in the night, what I would recommend you do is just march your feet before you actually get up from the bed. So is it okay just to have a little try and we can watch you getting up there? That's absolutely perfect, and you're quite able to get up from there now. That's absolutely perfect.
When looking at the bedroom, consider how they access their light at night if there's a light at the side of their bed. Also think about the height of their bed and are they able to get up easily and safely from their bed? Consider when they're getting up, are they feeling dizzy or lightheaded or unsteady on their feet as they're moving around? Consider how someone would get dressed. It may be that they should be encouraged to sit down, to put on their lower garments if they feel a bit unsteady on their feet. And ensure easy access around the room. Make sure there's clear pathways for them to get to A to B.
Right, Margaret, what we're going to speak about now is your nighttime routine. What we would ask you to do every night before you go to your bed is go through the same wee process and get into the habit of doing that, and it's something you'll just do second nature to you. And what that involves is unplugging everything or switching off everything that you can safely switch off. Refrigerators and things like that, obviously you can leave on. Close all your doors behind you, especially the kitchen and the living area. That's where the majority of domestic fires start. So you're going to arrive in your bedroom and you're going to close your bedroom door behind you, and that's you all safe. Before you do that, make sure your key is near or in your exit door, preferably nearby on a little hook somewhere. Just in case you need to get out in a hurry, it's going to be there. You won't be looking for it in a handbag or a jacket or wondering if you left it in the kitchen. So it's another thing less to worry about. You arrive in your room, you've got a mobile phone or a phone by your bedside. If for any reason the detector goes off and you smell smoke, we would ask you to make your way safely out. Now you've closed all your doors, so the fire will be contained somewhere. A standard domestic door will hold the fire back for up to 20 minutes, which is a huge amount of time, and it's the smoke we're trying to stop travelling about the house. If for any reason you don't feel confident of leaving this room, if you smelt smoke to get out, we would ask you to use these phones to phone 999. You can go to the window here. If the window's open, you're going to get fresh air, and obviously people will be able to see you as well. Every door in your house will give you 20 minutes protection from fire coming through, and it obviously stops all the smoke travelling about your house. Smoke's the big killer in domestic fires, so they can hold all that back. So that's what we'd ask you to do every night before you go to your bed, and just get in the habit of doing it.
So can you just show us through to the bathroom
Yeah.
then, Margaret, and see if there's anything we can help you with in there?
After you.
Thanks, Margaret. What I'm going to do here is actually fit a bath mat for you, and this will help you from slipping in the bath. So this is a full length one, which goes the full length of the bath here. What we would recommend is just making sure it's wet before you stick it down, and then make sure it's fully fitted down before you use it. Step in the middle when you go in, and obviously once you've taken it out to clean it, then make sure it's stuck back down again safely before you get in, and that'll make a big difference in the bath for you. Is that okay?
Aye, that's fine.
Okay, thank you.
When considering the bathroom area, think about how the person manages to get up and down from their toilet. Can they do this easily and safely without holding on to their sink or another fixture? Also consider how they manage to get in and out of their bath. Can they do that easily and safely? And is there any non-slip bath mats or shower mat within the area? Encourage people to mop up spills as soon as they happen, and get them to consider avoiding baths and showers that are too hot, as this may cause dizziness and lightheadedness.
Okay, thanks very much, Mrs. Watson. I hope that's been of use to you.
Yeah.
We've been able to point out some potential hazards in the home. We've brought you some information as well, which we're going to leave for you today. So this first one is 5 Care's the top 10 safety tips. You can have a little look at that. Hopefully there'll be some information that would be useful for you. And finally, I've brought some information about taking positive steps to avoid trips and falls in the home. So you can have a look at that for some tips in there as well.
Thank you.
Is there anything else we can help you
No,
with
I
today
think
at
we've
all?
covered everything.
That's excellent. Thanks for your time.
You're welcome.
As part of our commitment to building a safer Scotland, the Scottish Fire and Rescue Service offers everyone in Scotland a free home fire safety visit. The visits only take around 20 minutes and help householders spot fire hazards and ensure that their home is safe at night. Home fire safety visits are easy to arrange. Partner agencies and members of the public can get in touch in the following ways. Text FIRE to 80800 from your mobile phone, complete our online form, or call 0800 0731 999.